Gisingin na ang diwa, salubungin ang umaga. Handa ka na ba? Masdan mo ang daluyong, umaagos ang pagtulong sa kapwa. May sinag sa iyong puso na hindi na maitatago. Ang silong mo'y lisanin na. Liwanag mo'y sisigla kung tayo'y magsasama-sama sa lupa nating naghihingalo. Tayo ang pagbabago, sabay nating suyuin. Mailap na pagkakaisa sa pagsikat ng bagong araw. Buong pusong isigaw na tayo ang pagbabago. Yakapin ang pagkakaiba. Liwanag mo'y sisigla kung tayo'y magsasama-sama sa lupa nating naghihingalo. Tayo ang pagbabago, sabay nating suyuin. Mainap na pagkakaisa sa pagsikat ng bagong araw. Buong pusong isigaw na tayo ang pagbabago, sabay nating suyuin. Mainap na pagkakaisa sa pagsikat ng bagong araw. Buong pusong isigaw na tayo ang pagbabago. Tayo ang pagbabago. Liwanag natin iisa, kaya tayo nang magsama-sama sa lupa nating naghihingalo. Tayo ang pagbabago, sabay nating suyuin. Mailap na pagkakaisa sa pagsikat ng bagong araw. Buong pusong isigaw na tayo ang pagbabago, sabay nating suyuin. Mailap na pagkakaisa sa pagsikat ng bagong araw. Buong pusong isigaw na tayo ang pagbabago. Tayo ang pagbabago. Gisingin na ang
Hello! Magandang gabi, everyone! Welcome to our 19th year of sharing stories of the Filipino youth. This 2021, our theme is Ahon. It's a call for the youth to continue finding hope in the things that we do. So from 933 entries, we validated 67 of them and 40 moved forward for our experts screening. Now we're trimming them down to our top 20 and we have 7 with us here tonight. So bago natin kilalanin ang ating mga organizations, gusto kong malaman kung sino yung mga kasama natin tonight. Sino yung mga orgs na nandito? Paki-comment po kung ano yung orgs na present here with us tonight. Ayun. Ay, ang daming tao. Oh my God, welcome. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Welcome to our friends from the University of St. LaSalle, from Alpha, from Andam Higala, from the street classroom. Ang dami nyo. So that I won't keep you waiting, so we get to know our friends are with us tonight. I would like to welcome the organizations that are here with us tonight. We have Franco. Hi, Franco.
Hello po, good
Yan.
evening.
We have Franco from Kabasalan. We have V from Andam Higala. We have Sam from Alpha. We have June. San si June? Ayun, we have June from Lakbay Ata. We have Kier from Chris, Kyle from the Street Classroom, and Hannah from Sulong PH. Ayun, magandang gabi everyone. Kumusta kayo?
Good evening.
Magandang,
Doing good.
magandang gabi.
Excited ba kayo
Hello.
dito? Parang alam niyo guys, to our viewers, alam niyo kanina ko sila nagsasabi, kinakabahan daw sila. Baka porto ng national judging. Joke lang. No, but just to start off, para magkakilala tayo, I hope you could introduce yourselves muna and your organization. Okay, so start with Kyle.
Hi everyone, I am Kyle Atienza from Marinduque. I represent the Street Classroom. I'm the founder and chairperson of the Street Classroom. We are a non-profit volunteer organization that aims to create and provide support systems to all types of learners para ma-encourage sila na mangarap at bumalik ng pag-aaral.
Ayun, thank you, Kyle. Can I hear from Hannah?
Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Hannah Mayta Balinal from Cavite. I am the co-chairperson of Sulong Philippines, which is a non-government and non-profit youth organization that provides legal, psychological, and now, just recently, we also added medical aid as part of our services for the victim survivor community of sexual harassment and violence. Mabuhay!
Ayun, thank you, Hannah. Can I hear from Chris?
Ayan, maayong gabi sa inyong and good evening sa inyong lahat. I am Kira Venturado no, from Christian Islam Peace Library, or for short, Chris. We are a nonprofit organization for peace building, and we're using education and youth empowerment para ma-achieve yung goal natin for a more peaceful Philippines. Ayan.
Ayun, thank you, Kier. Can I hear from June?
Hello, mayong gabi. Magandang gabi, bringing smiles from the City of Smiles. So I am June Carceran. I am the co-founder and the student council moderator of this organization. Actually, we are a school-based organization, focusing more on the trainings with our future teachers in the province of Negros Occidental. And we are representing right now our Lakbay Ata project, which we promote awareness and at the same time educate people within our province regarding the life, the story, and the roots of being a Negrosanon, which is through the Lakbay Ata project.
Ayun, sila din yung may baong parang troll farm. Dami-dami nila. Sa comment section, makikita ninyo. Thank you, June, and thank you to your friends. Lagyan natin friends. Thank you, June. V?
Hello po, maayong gabi mga higala. I am V. Portillo from Andamia, a youth-led non-profit volunteer organization that advocates for health and security of the women and children. So, a little background of our organization. It was established last 2020 now, and we are really composed of youth here in Cagayan de Oro. So, thank you so much, everyone. Ayan, magandang gabi.
Ayun, kaya nyo yon yung energy niya pang 8 a.m., 8 p.m. po tayo ngayon. V, niya nakuha yung memo. Ayun, grabe. Ibang level yung energy ni V. Sam?
Ayan, so good evening everyone. I am Sam Madriaga from San Pablo City, Laguna. I'm representing the Alliance of Public Health Advocates, a youth-led health organization in San Pablo City, Laguna that aims to increase youth participation in improving our local health systems, specifically here in San Pablo. So thank you.
Ayun, thank you, Sam. And lastly but not the least, of course, Franco?
Hello po, once again. Mayong gabi sa tanan. I'm Sir Poy of Kabasalan National High School's Youth for Environment Schools Organization.
So, ang KNHSYSO po ay isang environment youth-led organization. So, ito po ang organization na, nag-iisang organization na acknowledge ng Department of Education at saka duly supported ng DENR. So, kami po yung gumagawa ng mga activities, mga programs inside the school po na nakakatulong para sa pag-preserve ng ating environment.
Ayun, thank you, Sir Franco, for sharing with us your organization. All right, so before I start talking about our projects, let's start with our first segment we have for Ayun. So, sino dito yung mga pre-pandemic organizations? Pre-pandemic organizations. So, yung pandemic organizations. V, raise your hand. Hindi siya. Ganun. Okay, ayan. Sige. So, gusto kong tanongin, ano yung favorite kwentuhan food ng org ninyo? Kapag sinabing, eto na pagkain, orgmates ko yung natatandaan ko. Ano yon? Sige. Ako, sisimulan ko. Hindi siya org food kasi never ko pang na-try na tayo live kami. But every time I think of tayo, or every time I think of Coke, tayo yung pumapasok sa isipan ko. Like, Coke. Kasama na doon si Nutriboost, si Royal, silang lahat. Coke. Ayun. Kier.
Hindi wala pong specific na food eh. Pero pag
Wala
halimbawa,
daw. Okay, next.
Oo.
Thank you, June. Okay, go, Kier.
Yun na nga po. Okay po, joke lang. Pero pag naiisip ko yung food tas yung Chris, parang any food na libre. Kasi laging mahilig man libre yung founder namin. So, pag naisip ko yung Chris, mag-meeting kami. So, may libreng food agad. Yun agad yung pumasok ko sa isip ko. Anywhere naman, okay naman siya man libre. So, parang walang specific food talaga.
Ayun. Basta libre yung food. Okay, ang sagot natin
Yes po,
dyan,
basta
sana
libre.
all. Ayun. June?
Usually kasi when we get stressed, lumalabas kami. We drive no, papuntang Bukid and we go to one of the restaurant which is Kusinata. And yun, yung kinakain namin doon is paku-paku salad. Paku-paku is like the young fern, yung ginagawang salad. Tapos KBL. KBL means kadyos, which is a beans, baboy, tsaka langka, which is a soup. So, yun yung mga ano namin. yung mga
Kusinata.
bonding foods namin.
Kusinata is also you're supporting, di ba? A restaurant that you support.
Yes, it's a social enterprise na restaurant which mga ata yung mga nagsiserve at lumuluto ng pagkain. So doon yung bonding place namin kasi maganda yung view and all, makikita yung bukirin and the like. So yun yung favorite namin talaga.
Galing, galing. V?
So, hello po. When talking about food, may mga pagkain ako naiisip. As for one, gusto ko lang i-share yung cheese balls with Coke. Masarap siya i-paris with Coke. So, ano yung cheese balls? It's like a pandesal na malambot na may cheese na unang kagat, cheese agad. So, masarap talaga siya pang merienda, ganun. Oo, na puno ng milk powder. So, if you happen to go here at the NDR, yes, I would be willing to show you what cheese balls. Ayan. So, aside from the cheese balls is yung mga tusino siguro. Kasi doon kami nahirapan when it comes to skills training, yung marinating, parang pupula talaga yung kamay mo with the food coloring. So, yun lang po siguro. Thank you so much po.
Ayun. Unang kagat, cheese lahat.
Cheese agad,
Sa Cagayan lang yon. Dito, kahit saan, so far, cheese bread, unang kagat, hangin lahat. Diba? Okay, thank you, V. Can I go to Hannah?
Hi. So for so long, since we're a pandemic organization, as you call it, never pa talaga kami nag-meet like everyone in person yet. We have a few members na nag-meet na, but not all. Pero siguro if there's one thing I can share, sa sulong talaga, most if not all share the love for coffee. Like we start the day with coffee, and I think everybody, I can see nagnanod, si V, nagna-thumbs up. Coffee is like our source of power right now. So that's one thing I can share for our food.
Ayun, thank you, Hannah. Sobrang varied, no? We have like meals talaga, we have bread, we have coffee. Yes, Kyle, kayo, sa the street classroom.
Ayan, so unlike Hannah sa sulong, kami naman nag-start na kami even before the pandemic. And then before, sobrang dami naming outreach activities sa labas. And during outreach activities, walang food for the volunteers kasi nakafocus lang kami napakainin yung volunteers. So, pag may ay yung mga beneficiaries namin. So, if may tirang palamig sa malamig, ganyan, mga biscuits, lahat yun inuuwi namin. So, kapag nakakita kami nun tuwing may event, street classroom agad yung maaalala namin. Pero during this pandemic, meron kami isang food na dito pa lang ata sa Marinduque meron nun, tawag sa kanya rolled tacos. Bale, taco siya na naka-roll and then i-deep fry siya. Tapos every time na may events kami during this pandemic, yun yung snacks namin. Yun.
That sounds nice.
Diba?
That sounds delicious.
Yes.
Masarap pa yun. Okay. Thank you, Kyle. Franco.
Sa amin naman, simple lang. So, simpleng Coke, tsaka biscuit, tsaka tinapay. Yun lang. So, even
Good.
before pandemic, pag nagmi-meet up kami dito sa school, so yun lang yung snacks namin. Pag hindi biscuit, we have bread, then paired with Coke. Then pag may mga outreach activities naman kami, yun pa rin, more on carbs.
Thank you, Franco. Sam?
Siguro sa amin, since puro high school students yung mga kasama din namin, mahilig kami halos lahat sa milk tea. Like kahit mga event namin, mga GA, tapos kahit sponsors namin, milk tea pa rin yung binibigay din namin sa mga speakers namin na ilan. So, ipagkaburaot din yung org namin, mga members ng org. So, pero milk tea yung pinaka-common sa lahat.
Milk tea yung pinaka-common. Pero, like, grabe no, varied talaga. Like, may iba drinks lang, like coffee and milk tea. May ibang meals talaga with with June, and then the others, biscuit, mga ganon. Ibang varied, depende din sa personality yun ng organization. Ayun, inihintay kong sagot, like, favorite namin as an org, steak, mga ganon. Wala namang steak, ganon. Okay, sige. Moving forward, and because we're talking about your organizations, can you share with us, very quickly lang, what you do in your org, but also, like your project, ano yung project niyo, but also, what is the most meaningful experience that you've had while doing your volunteer work? May gusto bang magsimula? Demokrasya tayo. Ayaw ko man tawag muna. Ayan, mawawala yung demokrasya kung hindi kayo magvo-volunteer. 'Di ba? Sige, simulan natin kay Sam.
Ayan, sige. So, sa amin, again, kami nga pala from Alliance of Public Health Advocates here in San Pablo City, Laguna. So, the main thing na ginagawa namin in Alpha is that we actually invite or convene yung mga youth leaders namin, students, and any health advocates from different, kumbaga, from different advocacies man yan or courses man, or ano yung mga tracks man nila na pinopursue sa kanilang educational institutions. So we convene the youth to actually push forward yung mga health policies namin, yung mga health awareness programs and strategies as we work with the local government unit of San Pablo. So ang ginagawa namin ngayon is yung Angat Kalusugan Operations Initiative, in which we want to empower our local communities here to get vaccinated. So pinaka-memorable siguro na experience namin when we had our recent na on-ground. That is the first ever on-ground campaign or initiative ng Alpha. And very surprising kasi natutuwa kami sa mga kwento ng mga tao na nakakasalamuhan namin. Sinasabi nila sa amin yung reasons kung bakit ayaw nila magpabakuna. Yung iba naman sobrang makwento na sila daw mismo yung parang nangunguna doon sa community nila na mag-invite for them to get vaccinated. Yung ibang mga volunteers sa amin, at first, they are actually doubting kasi iba sa kanila engineering students, meron sa kanila from BA courses pa. So hindi nila alam kung paano sila mag-i-introduce ng mga ganong health awareness programs in the communities. And it was really fulfilling kasi marami rin yung nakasama sa amin mga organizations, and masaya siya kasi at the end of the day, sinasabi sa amin kahit ng barangay chairman, maraming salamat kasi pumunta kayo dito para matulungan kami na makapagpabakuna yung mga taga-barangay namin. Parang kasi from the far-flung communities din sila. So I think that was one of the most memorable things that we actually did of actually empowering the youth as well to actually participate in our collective health solutions amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, sobrang ano no, sobrang meaningful no experience kapag um people, especially people that are older than us, believe in what the youth can do. Sobrang empowering nun. Yun. Keep it up, everyone. Yung mga matatanda na nakikinig sa mga kabataan. From Sam, let's go to V.
Parang nagulat ako bigla. Pero anyways, since Adam Higala is a youth-led nonprofit organization that advocates for the health and security, yung mga primary projects po namin are really revolving when it comes to the health and security of the women and children. So currently, we have two flagship programs, which is the Anam Eskwela that helps children now at this time of pandemic. We also have the Andam EBA 2.0, which is a skills training. So ito po yung shinare din namin sa tayo na project. It's a skills training and financial enabling project for the young moms of Cagayan de Oro. So yung binibigyan namin sila ng training on how to do food processing, and at the same time, tinutulungan namin sila when it comes to financial capacity nila. So siguro isa sa mga meaningful siguro yung mababanggit ko lang na meaningful experience is as for one, nakita ko talaga yung growth namin as as an organization, since iba talaga when it comes to serving the community kasi mostly we are really composed of leaders which are from the school lang. So yun, when it comes to community, iba talaga yung experience when it comes to that. And nakita namin yung growth. Yun na nga, may iba is, alam na nila kung paano gumawa ng project, how to implement that. So, ganun. And at the same time, siguro, isa sa meaningful experience siguro is yung growth talaga sa community na pinag serve namin, kasi we have created a community of women that supports women. So meaningful nun is yun na nga, yung mga beneficiaries din namin, sinusuportahan nila yung mga produkto din nila ng ibang mommies nila, so ng ibang beneficiaries din namin. So parang ganun, may sharing of practices sila when it comes, since they are young moms yung mga beneficiaries namin. So they have sharing of experience, paano magiging isang ina, and at the same time how to improve their business. So I think yun lang po. Thank you so much po.
Ayun. Building a community of women, supporting women. Sobrang maganda yung community na yun. Kasi like, diba, like in our society now, women are called in second all the time. But, we need to support women. We have to put them forward. Just like any one of us here. So, thank you so much for that. V, June.
Hello, good evening. We are from the Lakbay Ata project. Yung gusto lang namin sa project namin, simple lang. We want to educate the people who are our true roots as Negrosanons. No, because we came from Negros. So we would like to bring awareness also to everyone that we have our own true roots. We have our own tribe in Negros, which is the Ata. And for sure, this is the first time for you to hear this, because usually the feature of the Ata are black people, no? Medyo kinky yung buhok ng pandak and the like. So I know for sure this is your first time to hear this, that we have Ata, because usually we hear about Ati, Aita, and Agta. No, these are the usual black people or the black tribe in our in our um in our country. But in Negros, we have the Ata, and our project focuses more on those things. We would like to educate, we would like to advocate, and we would like to introduce them to the public na meron kaming roots, no? We have our own tribe. That's why we are called Negros, no? We came from Negros because at first, based from the history, they saw black people in our island. So usually when they see black people, they would conclude na Ati yan and all. Let me correct that Ati is coming from the Panay Island and Ata came from the Negros Island. So Iloilo, Guimaras, and the like. And mainly, ito na yung ginagawa ko. I'm educating everyone. So this is our project. And apart from that, we are also trying to educate people by going to schools, no? Gumagawa kami ng mobile exhibits. We put up museum exhibits also. We conduct talks, webinars, and the like. And at the same time, also we help our community, which is the Ata tribe of Don Salvador Benedicto. So not just only helping them, but also we are introducing them also to other organizations na sila mismo makapunta to the tribe and they would see, no, the tribe and the like. So, yun lang, simple lang yung dream namin. Gusto lang namin ipakilala sa lahat that we have our own tribe. And based on experience also, ito yung hugot namin because when we talk to the tribal chieftain, you know na kapag kumakausap ka ng isang tribal chieftain, it's difficult for us to get the trust of that person kasi they might think na baka they will be used, no? Gagamitin lang sila and then like kukunan sila ng yaman because at times there are people na pumupunta sa chieftain then they let them sign the chieftain then may kinukuha silang pera sa gobyerno. So, ayun, mahirap yung project na ito kasi we need to gain the trust of the community, we need to gain the trust of the chieftain. And at the same time, actually, this project started from a research of a group of college students. Kasi meron kaming first ata graduate sa Lasal na she keep on sharing her stories and from there it captures our interest also na why not let's try to discover the tribe. So may group of students na gumawa ng thesis nila and the like. So from there, after doing the thesis, no, they got the literatures, they got the culture based from the elders of the tribe. From there, they were able to come up with several materials, learning resources na yun yung ginagamit namin to educate the people. And isa sa mga encounter namin with Tatay Boy, sinabi niya na what he wants, we ask him, Tatay, ano gusto mo after this research? Simple lang yung he's asking. Gusto lang namin ipakilala sa buong island na kami yung roots ng province natin. Kami yung Ata tribe. So, yun yung story namin sa Lakbay Ata Project.
Ayun, thank you, June. Can we hear from... Ay, wait lang, bago tayo mag-proceed kay Kier. June, pwede mong sabihan yung troll farm nyo, yung friends mo, na kumalma. Baka nasa stress na sila kaka-comment. Okay lang yan, hindi to
Guys, chill lang daw. Sige.
Diba? Yeah, thank you, Kier. What you do, no, of like recognizing a community na hindi pa siya introduced sa community. I feel like it's really nice na there are like students doing that, diba? Especially a whole college that supports it. Thank you, June. Kier.
Ayan, parang hirap sundan ng kay Kuya Jun. Pero parang halos the same lang ginagawa ni Kuya Jun and ng Chris. Si Chris, it starts from Zamboanga naman. Zamboanga talaga siya paano ba? Nagsimula. And it starts with a faithful encounter ng isang Christian man and a Muslim woman, which is the parents of our current founder, si Miss Arisa. So yung family nila, it's an interfaith family na nag-seeds from diversity sa pagkakaiba, from religion, from background, from culture. And yun yung parang naging simula kung bakit naging ganito yung organization namin. As you know, yung Chris, it is yung long term niya is Cristiano Islam Peace Library, which is the first project ng organization talaga namin. We're building peace libraries in Mindanao areas. Yung mga libraries namin way back, we have rows of books, computers free of use. We have book programs, scholarships to give to students na galing from different backgrounds. Doon nagsimula yung Chris. But we see na parang kulang pa rin yung nangyayari kasi meron pa rin mga violent extremist groups na sumasalakay in some parts in Mindanao especially. So, that time, that's around 2008, it's a predominantly Christian Philippines. And parang nakita ng family ni Ms. Arisa that there is still a gap between different communities, different religion, and different cultures That's why we partner with different organization and binuo namin yung program na pinapasa namin ngayon sa tayo, which is yung Extremely Together Philippines na nabuo in 2019. So we're running around 2 years na. And what we're doing is we're going around the Philippines giving away grants for projects na nakatutulong sa building advocacy natin. But what's special in what we're doing is that sinimulan namin yung project with a study din, a research. Pinag-aralan namin kung ano nga ba yung drivers ng mga kabataan, ba't sila sumasali sa mga violent extremist groups? Ano nga ba din yung drivers ng mga violent extremist groups? Paano sila nakakakalap ng gantong karaming tao para sumama sa ideology nila? And yun yung ginagamit namin sa mga training programs na binibigay namin before kami magsagawa ng mga seed grants competition. Ito muna yung binibigay namin sa kanila para ma-equip namin yung mga kabataan na sumasali sa seed grant namin with specific skills and knowledge kung paano nila bubuuin yung mga projects nila in their specific communities. Kasi in Chris, kaya seed grants yung ginagawa namin. Kasi in Chris, what we believe is that we are not the doctors and they're not the patients. So hindi tayo yung magdadala ng gamot in their communities kasi sila mismo yung nakakakilala sa communities nila. Kaya what we're doing is we're giving them a chance na sila mismo yung magbigay ng solutions in their own communities sa mga sarili nilang problema. And what we're just doing is we're showing to them na may mga organizations na handang sumuporta, magbigay ng support at maniwala sa kakayahan nila. Because we believe na yun yung kulang lang sa mga kabataan ngayon, yung mga taong maniniwala sa kanila, mga organisasyon na katulad natin na susuporta sa mga kakayanan ng mga kabataan ngayon. And as of now, parang 30% of the population of the Philippines are youth. So sobrang laki ng capability nung numbers na yon, and we believe na talagang kabataan, kaya we're investing in youth talaga. Kabataan yung magdadala for us to have a more peaceful future and a more sustainable and communities, specifically yung mga communities na very underrepresented. Ay yung isa sa pinaka-memorable na napuntahan namin or nangyari sa organization namin is when we went in Marawi, we went to the ground zero in Marawi and nakita talaga namin yung mga buildings doon, yung mga bullet holes, yung mga bata, hindi pa sila makabalik, pati yung mga families, hindi pa sila makabalik sa ground zero kasi hindi pa talaga habitable yung ground zero. Ganon kalala yung ilang years na yung Marawi siege, right? Ganon kalala yung naging epekto ng mga violent extremist groups. That's why sobrang naging porsigido din talaga yung organization namin to do this, to still persist yung ginagawa namin. And now we're happily to announce we're incubating around 20 organizations na nagbibigay ng peace building advocacy, peace building initiatives in different areas in Mindanao and in Luzon. So we're very happy na pagpatuloy yung paniniwala namin sa kabataan, pagbigay ng suporta sa mga kabataan na talagang may kakayanan magbigay ng pagbabago sa bansa natin. Ayun lang.
Ayun, thank you, Kier. Bagong approach natin na pwedeng tahakin ng ating mga orgs na parang hindi na kailangan yung org mismo yung pupunta sa community. Pwede na you give away seed grants kung mayaman kayo. So that the community can also be capacitated and can empower themselves to make solutions in their own communities. Ayun, thank you, Kier. Kyle.
Hi again, everyone. Ang ganda nung nasabi kanina ni Kier, no? Nasabi niya, wala daw proper support system ang mga communities natin, kaya nahihirapan sila na mag-adjust. And that's the primary reason bakit nandito ang The Street Classroom. If you can still remember Catriona sa Miss Universe 2018, sabi niya doon, working in some of the poorest areas of my country, I found that it was a lack of child support, not poverty that killed their dreams. Naalala niyo pa? And this is true because there was a research that revealed na 7 out of 10 Filipinos ay wala ng pangarap, hindi dahil mahirap sila, kundi dahil wala silang proper support system. And we wanted to be that support system para sa mga bata natin. During this pandemic, nalaman namin na sa 4,000 plus na out-of-school learners dito sa Marinduque, more than 2,000 of those are 4-piece learners. Ibig sabihin, kahit na meron silang support from the government, financial support from the government, merong problema within their communities kasi bakit hindi sila nakakapasok sa school ay merong assistance from the government. And this is why we have started the 4-piece para sa 4-piece project. It's a holistic project na sumasad sa mga pangunahing problema ng komunidad. Meron kami mga grassroots approach na ginawa para mabigyan ng solutions yung kanilang mga problema. And this is divided into 4 components. Kaya meron tayong 4 P's. So, ang una is pagkain, pangkabuhayan, pang-edukasyon at panatag na isipan. So kung mapapansin nyo, nandun ang health nila, nandun ang kanilang intellect, and nandun ang kanilang health and wellness. So with the collective efforts ng more than 600 volunteers ng the street classroom all over the Philippines, we were able to gather more than 600,000 pesos in donations, purely from donations, para mapatakbo ang 4Ps para sa 4Ps for more than 2 years already. Kami na ata pinakamatanda dito sa tayo because our project also qualified last year. Pero natatandaan mo, Sir Ryan, di ba? Kasama din namin yung Andam Higala last year. And honestly, we were not supposed to apply this year, pero that was our biggest achievement kasi yung mismo mga communities namin ang nag-insist na ipasok ulit namin siya sa tayo kasi lumawak yung naging achievements ng project namin. Before, we were only in one specific municipality. Now, we are now 5 municipalities sa Marinduque and more than 5,000 learners na natutulungan namin. And just to think na lahat yun ay galing sa donations is already a good thing. Na ang ginagawa lang namin ay dahil during pandemic, sobrang hirap na manghingi ng pera sa tao. What we did is we have conducted the barter trade na nagpo-post kami sa isang Facebook group na ito pong luma kong bag, pwede ko po ba siyang ipagpalit sa 5 kilo ng bigas? So, with more than 600 volunteers sa Pilipinas na kasama namin, nakakaipon kami ng lahat ng binibigay namin sa mga beneficiaries namin. Ano ba yun? We were also very grateful that last year, dahil sa accomplishments namin sa tayo and also with our 4Ps para sa 4Ps initiative, we were noticed by the Office of the Vice President. That is why right now we have established the very first and only community learning hub dito sa Marinduque na nakakatulong sa napakadaming mag-aaral ngayon na hindi natin naiisip na, buti pa club tayo. Hindi natin naiisip na hindi, sobrang, kasi ako, I'm a public school teacher pala, so kita ko yung problema sa school and kita ko yung problema ng mga bata na hindi ko nahawakan. So, during this new normal, nakita natin yung gaps between the different sectors ng society, and by focusing sa poorest of the poor communities dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga 4Ps beneficiaries natin, na-empower natin sila, and at the end of the day, na-realize sila na meron pala akong kayang gawin, and this is one proof na nakapasok tayo sa National Finals na even if we are the poorest of the poor communities sa Pilipinas, we can accomplish something para sa bayan at para sa mga bata. O, di ba? Yun. Thank you so much.
Okay, that wraps up our Tayo Talks tonight. Joke lang. Thank you, Kyle, for sharing that story. No, it's really, it validates what we do at Tayo, because what we exist. Sorry, we exist to share stories of the Filipino youth, and that's a clear example of what we do. So thank you so much, Kyle. Franco.
Okay. So just like what I said kanina, so KMCSO, kami ay isang youth-led organization focusing on the environment. So we've started way back 2014. So I think kami yung pinaka matandang org na ngayon, Sir Kyle. So 2014 pa nag-start yung organization namin. As for our to our programs, our projects and activities, we do assess first kung ano ba ang pinakakailangan ng community namin in terms of environmental concern. So ano ba yung environmental concern that needs to be addressed immediately? So one of the arising problem, we assess na kailangan ng immediate response is the water scarcity in our municipality here in Cabasalan. So from that concern, we go deeper assessment. Bakit ba nagkukulang ng tubig sa atin, especially during summer? Ano ba ang nagiging ugat ng problema? Then from there, we made some research, further research, and we found out that there is this very large deforested land area in our municipal watershed na posibleng naging sanhi ng problema. So from the 22 barangays where our municipal watershed is extended, Barangay Sanghanan has the largest area of deforestation. So meron ding malaking quarrying activities on that barangay. na nakaka-contribute sa pagkasira ng watershed area na posibleng nagiging sanhi ng kawalan ng tubig dito sa amin. Then we started to have the Adopt a Watershed program to address such huge environmental concern in our community. So it was 2016 when we started the said program. It started first as a culminating activity for my science class that eventually adopted by our municipal LGU and became a municipal program. So we were able to lock MOA with our LGU for their support for this program. So at first, yung contract namin is 5 years lang sana. But after 2 years, so the program, we changed yung contract ng program from 5 years. So ginawa naming parang eternal until na maging fully restored or fully reforested yung municipal watershed namin, and we do that by making municipal resolution for that program. So way back 2019, from 2016 yung nag-start yung Adopt Watershed program namin. Yung main site ng program is at Barangay Sanghanan. So Barangay Sanghanan, yung deforested area extended to almost 67 hectares. So imagine MOA. So ganyan kalaki yung deforested area in one barangay alone dito sa Kabasalan. But on 2019, so through our LGU, through the effort also of our partners, so napastop yung quarrying activities doon sa Barangay Sanghanan. Tsaka napastop din yung mga illegal logging na activities doon. So siguro isa yun sa napakalaking heights na na-achieve ng organization namin, ay yung napatigil yung quarrying activities doon sa Barangay Sanghanan. Then just last year, we were able also to voice out our objection on the establishment of the small-scale mining plant in one of the barangays kung saan din naka-extend yung municipal watershed namin. And luckily, through our voice and through our partners' voices, so hindi na-approve yung municipal ordinance na pwede sanang maging sanhi ng pagkasira, tuluyang pagkasira ng aming municipal watershed. And aside from that, yung mga leaf guards namin, yung mga graduates namin from our organization, kahit wala na sila dito sa school, ay yung heart nila is nandito pa rin sa organization. So kahit iba-iba na yung mga landas sa tinatahak nila, they still go back here sa school namin to extend their help kahit busy sila sa kanilang studies, kahit yung iba professionals na. So it feels rewarding lang na yung tinanim namin way back 2013 sa mga youth namin, nakikita na namin yung output. Napaka-heartwarming tingnan yung community, yung Magkuno Association, yung mga partners namin doon. Noon, quarry yung kinabubuhay nila. Tapos ngayon, through the help of our organization, with our partners, parang naging renewed individuals na yung mga tao doon sa community. So, yun yung story ng aming organization na nais naming i-introduce or ipakilala in a national level. So way back 2019, we also applied for tayo, but we end up lang sa semis. So ngayon, we tried to apply ulit kasi we feel na yung story namin is worthy na marinig ng buong Pilipinas, because our saga for the preservation of our municipal watershed was not yet done. We do have more or less 22 barangays na deforested, and 2 pa lang yung barangays na may nagawa kaming malaking impact, and we want to extend from these 2 barangays, we want the entire municipal watershed to be fully reforested. So, iyon.
Yun. Thank you, Franco. And that, gusto ko lang i-highlight din, apart from, para sa kalikasan talaga yung org nila, Franco, I want to highlight the story of Franco, of Kyle, of V in their organizations ba, si Kabasalan, Andam, si Street Classroom, na na every year nagpapalit yung stories na parang ninanarrate ng tayo. So it doesn't mean na last year hindi talaga siya hindi magaling yung org. It's just that we were trying to capture different stories every year. So iba-iba yan, and it's timing. It's timing. It's timing kung kailan kayo dapat ma-share yung stories ninyo. And ang important lang to highlight is we never give up in pursuit of our goals to move forward. And at the end of the day, tayo will still be here for you. So yun. Thank you so much, everyone. Now it's our second segment for our Chika Tayo session. Ayun, so for our Chika Tayo segment ngayon, kung tatawag si Coke sa akin in 5 minutes, Coca-Cola Foundation, by the way, Coca-Cola Foundation and San Miguel Corporation are biggest supporters along with the US Embassy in the Philippines in Waisili for Tayo 19. Kung tatawag, any one of them tatawag, sasabihin, hello Tayo Awards. Gusto naming paliparin yung, as a reward, gusto namin paliparin yung orgs nyo to a place in the Philippines of their choice. Yung buong org ha, like 10 of you, saan nyo dadalhin yung org ninyo? At bakit? Simulan natin si Hana.
Hello. Okay, so sobrang challenging nung question kasi di ba na-mention ko kanina, di pa kami nagkikita in person. So kung bibit-bitin ng Coca-Cola Foundation, yes please, kasi yun yung unang meet-up ng organization namin. Sige, patawag na kayo in 5 minutes. We'll gladly accept this invitation.
Sana nga, no? Huwag
Grabe.
kalimutan na secretariat.
Tama. But going back, if I were siguro to answer this, I'll say Manila. But this is because of the birth of Sulong Philippines. Kasi nag-start kami because of the hashtag Iha Ako nung nag-trending siya sa Twitter. And then one of our inspirations kung bakit talaga nag-start yung Sulong Philippines is because of the schools, yung mga students, yung mga student movements na nag-arise during that time nung nag-trend yung hashtag Iha Ako. And then we saw na there is so many stories of sexual harassment and violence situated sa mga educational institutions. So, and it's actually one of the dreams of the organization. Hindi lang siya maging national organization, but we hope to parang deliver our services to the centered communities, starting by sulong chapters. So, imagine if bring kami ng Coca-Cola Foundation sa Manila, and then we tap the big universities in Manila, and we can start making that, domino effect. Kasi magkakaroon na, imagine, FEU Manila, Sulong Chapter, UST, Sulong Chapter, and then word of mouth, yun na yun. That's like the dream, one of the dreams of Sulong. So hopefully, tawag na kayo, please. Sige na.
Hindi natin alam, nanonood si Coke ngayon.
Ay,
Thank you.
ba? Nanonood pala.
Thank you, Hana. Kyle, kayo, from Marinduque.
Alam mo, I honestly am in a chat with with my org mates. Sabi ko, saan yung gusto pumunta? Kasi never talaga namin inisip na lalabas kami ng island. Sabi ko pa nga, dito na lang tayo sa Marinduque kasi wala masyadong COVID dito. Baka tayo magka-COVID sa kabila. Pero
ang setting nito, post-pandemic world, gano'n.
Okay. Siguro sa Manila na rin lang kami. Somewhere in Malacanang. Kasi I believe that we can do something better pag nasa Manila na kami kasi ngayong nandito kami sa island namin. Sobrang hirap ng pag-gather nga ng donations for our operations, and meron kaming partners lang from NCR na sila yung nagbibigay sa amin ng resources, one of which is yung Hiraya Manawari for our community libraries. And nung nakausap ko sila before, sabi, why not mag-expand kayo sa NCR kasi very willing naman kami to adapt your organization. And saka if nasa Manila na tayo at malapit tayo medyo sa Malacanang, we can talk to the next president, charot. Siguro doon tayo sa parteng Manila, yung medyo maraming tao. Kasi pag marami ding tao, mas nakikita natin yung problem of the community so we can do something better para sa kanila.
Ayun, thank you, Kyle. yung mga pa-Manila nyo na sinasabi, ending niyan, national awarding. Joke lang. Okay, thank you, Kyle. V.
Siguro, aside sa Manila, since Manila has really a lot of opportunities po. Since, as for our training, so when it comes to tayo, yung mga speakers po natin sa tayo is, yun lang nga, mostly are from Luzon. Siguro if there's a place kung saan ko dadalhin yung Coca-Cola at the same time yung San Miguel, siguro it's Bukidnon. It's because for me, I still believe na may mga problema pa or may mga problema pa sa mga communities na hindi natin nakikita. Siguro, di ko gustong tumingin sa malayo, kundi dito lang sa malapit. It's because, as for me, empowering really starts at your backyard. So, yun po. Since malapit yung Cagayan de Oro, historically speaking din is, yun, medyo malapit yung Cagayan de Oro at yung Bukidnon, geographically speaking. Yun po, siguro sa Bukidnon. And I remember the tagline of Coca-Cola, which is taste the feeling, if not mistaken, it's taste the feeling. I just want to bring Coca-Cola to the communities pa sa Bukidnon na may mga problems when it comes to yun na nga, women and children at the same time sa mga IPs. It's because I could remember our subject no we have a subject when it comes to IP. So isa din may mga problema sa IPs when it comes to Bukidnon area. So siguro dun sa Bukidnon na lang po. Ayoko kasi tumingin sa flyer. Dito na lang sa malapit. Thank you so much po.
Gusto natin yan kasi malapit lang, walang gastos masyado. Joke lang. Thank you, V. June.
Ako dahil almost lahat ng mga orgmates namin are may mga jowa, doon sila namin dadalhin sa lugar na nagbe-break ang mga jowa. Saan? Sa Baguio. No,
Baguio.
sa Baguio. Oo, apart from that, of course, we know na
Manggugulo pala ng buhay.
very rich yung IP sa Baguio mismo. Now we want to know more about the culture, their practices also, so that because we know yung Baguio is grabe yung established na yung IP nila. So as a new breed of IPs also in the province, we want to establish the same thing also. So we want to hear also practices. We want to hear also stories from them so that once bumalik na kami sa Negros, at least we have something na we can share and impart also to the culture of our Ata tribe. So hindi lang kami manggugulo ng buhay, pagbalik magta-transform kami ng mga buhay dito.
Galing. Thank you so much, June. Kier.
Ayun, siguro yayayain ko si Coca-Cola at San Miguel bumalik sa Marawi because when we went to Marawi talaga, hindi namin inaakala. Akala namin yung mga kabataan doon very aloof kasi as we know, Marawi, very stricken yung communities. Ganun yung pagkakaalam natin sa kanila, di ba? Very war zone, poor area. Ganun talaga yung pagkakakilala natin in Marawi. But when we went there, very open arms nila kami tinanggap and yung mga kabataan talaga doon very welcoming and talagang they share their stories and yun yung gusto namin mailagay sa main stage yung mga stories na sinishare ng mga kabataan doon, hindi lang ng mga kabataan pati ng mga parang heads ng mga tribes nila at ng mga religion nila kasi meron talaga silang story na when you heard it magpapabago sa pagtingin mo when in life. So talagang gusto namin maipakita sa ibang tao sa majority kung ano yung mga stories na natatago ng mga communities na iniiwasan natin because they're war-stricken, because they're in poverty, because hindi sila madaling maabot ng communication and transportation. Yun din yung gusto maabot din ni Chris ma-highlight yung mga stories ng mga communities na hindi ganon kadalas naririnig. Hindi naririnig masyadong yung stories ng mga communities na nasa marginalized, nasa communities na mahirap abutin. Yun yung gusto din maabot ni Chris. Kaya baka dalahin namin si Coca-Cola at San Miguel. Ayan. Shout out na lang kay Coca-Cola at kay San Miguel. Sana naman. Baka lang naman. Baka lang.
Baka lang.
Ayan.
Sige, thank you, Kier. Franco.
Kami naman, since majority ng mga members ng org namin ay hindi pa nakakalabas ng Mindanao, so sana makapunta kami ng Palawan. Palawan
Palawan.
yung dream destination namin lahat. Kasi kung titingnan mo si Palawan, napaka-preserve ng environment nila and we want to benchmark yung mga best practices nila doon kung paano nila na-preserve ng ganoon yung environment nila. Tsaka as we return dito sa amin, baka pwede naming ma-apply, baka pwede namin gamitin yung mga best practices nila dito sa aming municipality.
Thank you, Franco. And Sam?
Ayan, siguro dun sa amin naman, gusto namin puntahan yung sa Rizal, specifically dun sa IP communities na meron sila doon. Because when we collaborated with one of the local youth development council officers nila, they told us na nung binisita nila yung IP community in Rizal, sinabi nila na bakit kami magpapabakuna, wala naman kaming nare-received about any information patungkol sa bakuna, patungkol sa kalusugan. Kaya dito na lang kami kasi mas ligtas kami dito. So in that way kasi we are actually na-raise yung awareness namin na may ganung information, may ganung gaps tayo in the information delivery systems natin, specifically sa health sector natin dito sa ating bansa, saka lalo na sa mga local communities natin. Kaya kahit na local org kami dito in San Pablo, we want to reach out to other communities as well to tap on the participation ng mga local youth development councils there, yung mga NGOs na meron tayo doon para makatulong tayo at maidala natin yung mga rightful health information sa kanila. And hopefully, no, pagkasama natin yung Coca-Cola, makapagdala rin sila ng merienda para sa mga IP communities natin there para magkaroon tayo ng mas malusog na diskusyon patungkol sa kalusugan. So, ayun yung gusto naming puntahan.
Ayun, thank you, Sam. Gusto ko lang, out of everything na na-share nyo, no? Grabe, ang workaholic ng kabataang Pilipino. Pwede naman yun. Gusto ko dahil, kung ako papipiliin, yung tayo sekretary na dadalhin ko sa sa Batanes. Kasi pagod na kami sa trabaho. Ganun na level. Grabe, ibang level. Ibang level yung saan pumunta doon kasi magpapakuna. Gabi, workaholic. At you volunteer to, highlight natin yun, volunteer work to. So, ayun, thank you so much everyone. Since we're nearing an hour into our talks, I would like to end with you telling your story, you personally, ano yung story, ano yung quote, ano yung conversation na nasabi mo sa sarili mo na okay. Ito yung magpapatuloy. Like, what are the stories, conversations, or quotes that keep you going? Yung tuwing hihiga ka, tapos pagod kang ginagawa yung ginagawa mo, pero sasabihin mo pa rin, okay, tama to. Tama yung pagod na nararamdaman ko. Ayun. Can I hear from Kyle?
Hi! Ayan, sayang, in-expect ko pa naman ako yung pang-last kasi ang ganda ng sasabihin ko. Char. Anyways.
Kami mag-adjust tayo. Sige, Sam. Joke lang.
Hindi. Ako na. Sige, may kwento lang muna ako. Mabilis lang to. Then, I will end na din. Bali, when even before the street classroom was founded, ayoko talaga maging teacher. So, never ko siya naging pangarap. But then, na-stuck tayo sa probinsya dahil sa hirap ng buhay and napilitan akong kumuha ng teacher education because of a scholarship na yun lang ang pwede kong mapili na course. And then I met this kid, ang pangalan niya ay Carlo, and he told me, napanag-inipan na daw niya ako, I never met this kid, at sabi niya sa akin na nagtuturo daw ako sa kalsada. And lagi niya akong kinakalabit just because napanag-inipan na niya ako. And then 2 years after that incident, ay nabuo na nga ang The Street Classroom. Nung nabuo ang The Street Classroom, sobrang daming naging issue kasi honestly, isa siya sa mga nagpasimulang youth organization sa Marinduque, yung mga naging concrete na youth organizations. And because of that, ang daming pumasok na media engagements, one of which ay isang teacher, national teacher, na medyo nagkaroon ng misconception about our organization. And I was applying for the Department of Education at that time. And naging reason siya kung bakit hindi agad ako nakapasok because nadamay ang Department of Education, Department of Social Welfare and Development. Pero if we are going to look at those problems lang lagi at hindi natin iisipin yung kalagayan ng mga kababayan natin, talagang mapipilitan kang tapusin yung organization. But I'm very thankful that I have the proper support system na nagpapatuloy sa amin na sige lang, tuloy lang natin. And last pandemic nga, during the middle of the pandemic, while conducting our project, I was visiting communities na tinutulungan namin, and I had an accident nung binisita ko sila after our home visitation sa kanilang community. Na aksidente ako. And umiiyak ako nun kasi yung kamay ko is may tahi na, yung mga tuhod ko may mga tahi na, and umiiyak ako not because masakit siya, but ang iniisip ko is hindi na ulit ako makakatulong. So at that moment, dun mo naisip na you are no longer living for yourself, you are living for your communities. Hindi mo na, lagi ko kasing sinasabi, one leader must always be selfless. Hindi mo na dapat iniisip yung kapakanan mo. And every time na may mga ganitong nangyayari sa the street classroom, I always share our core values sa kanila, and I wanted to share this with our co-national finalists and everyone watching right now, kasi every time na meron akong pagkakataon na ma-share to, sinasabi ko. First, if you are stuck between choosing to be happy or to be kind, gusto mo bang maging mabuti or maging masaya? Always choose to be kind. Happy people are not always kind, but kind people are generally happy. Be kind. Hindi ibig sabihin na masaya tayo ay mabuti tayong tao, pero kung tayo ay mabuti, panigurado tayo ay masaya. Pangalawa, if you are stuck between choosing to have faith or to have hope, always choose to have faith. Hope waits for a defining moment to come. Faith has already defined your defining moment. Pag meron tayong pag-asa, umaasa lang tayo na darating yung bagay na yun. Pero if meron tayong faith, may pananalig tayo, alam nating darating yung bagay na yun, hinihintay na lang natin siyang dumating. And lastly, patapos na sa wakas, if we are stuck between choosing to be successful or to be loved, always choose to be loved, because it is only in the expression of love that true success is found. Nowadays, kapag successful tayo, ang daming nagagalit sa atin, gusto tayong hingiting pababa. Pero if we are loved, that is the true expression of success, kasi alam nating mahal tayo ng kapwa nating tao. So in the street classroom, let's always be kind, let's keep the faith, and let's always stay in love. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Hannah?
Okay, yun naman. So, I'm gonna be a bit personal naman about this matter. The very reason why I joined Sulong Philippines in the first place is because I'm a victim survivor myself, and I didn't get to change my narrative. I wasn't able to find recovery and justice yet for me. And that is something that I want to change. Let me share to you yung parang closer statement. This is one of our closer statements for our final presentation for the Tayo Awards. We said that we are looking forward to a world where sulong can cease to exist. Because by that moment, wala na si sulong, wala na yung free services for the sexual violence and harassment victim survivor community. It means na there are no more predators in the world. It means na we have achieved a safer space for everyone else, not only for the Philippines, but hopefully for the whole world. And this is something that keeps us going, that keeps me going, and most importantly, what keeps sulong going. Kasi our community is not only for volunteerism, but what actually makes sulong special and siguro personal, kasi yung mga members namin, most of them are also part of the victim survivor community. So imagine, it's a victim survivor organization for the victim survivor community. And that is, I guess, my story, my personal story, and what keeps sulong going. Kasi when we reach at that moment na hindi na kailangan ni sulong mag-exist, it means that we're done with our job. And for us, that's the definition of our success. Kasi tapos na, nabigyan na namin yung mundo ng hustisya at paghilom, at hindi lang yun, nabigyan na namin sila ng kaligtasan kasi it is a safer space for all, that everyone can enjoy, not only them, but also their children and the future generation. Thank you.
That's a very different story to hear, no? We want our organizations to thrive, to survive for years. Pero Sulong PH envisions that they don't exist anymore. So that would be an indicator of success. Thank you so much, Hannah. V.
Siguro, siguro if there's a line that I could share, it's basically our tagline sa Andam Eva, which is sustaining communities one Eva at a time. It's because as for me, I always believe in, as for the organization also, we always believe that when we empower another woman, she could have the potential to empower also other women. And of course, to empower also the communities around her. So that's why siguro, there's a line that I could share. It's sustaining communities one Eva at a time. This line is really rooted with our main problem when it comes to financial insufficiency. Kasi it's really evident. The problem, it's really evident, or yung problem ng financial insecurity is nararanasan ng karamihan. So as for me also, who has the personal hugot, no, yung mom ko kasi single-handedly raised us, and yung kahit naghihirap kami, she was still able to help other women, or to help also her community here in the Philippines. So as for me, who has the personal wise, siguro aside from also my personal wise, I have also the story of my community. So I would like to share this. One beneficiary of ours na ang sabi talaga is na dahil sa Anam Eba project is nawala na yung hiya niya. Since there's really a stigma when it comes to young mothers na kung porket naging batang ina is may something na talaga na connotation yung iba sa atin. So, nang dahil sa project is nawala yung hiya niya, and at the same time, she had the confidence to step up and step up her game, and at the same time is to have this confidence for her to raise her child, and at the same time is to provide a brighter future for her child. So I think it's the line. So in general, it's sustaining communities one at a time that keeps me going. Thank you so much po.
Thank you so much, V. June.
Ako siguro bilang isang Lasallian educator, the tagline that always reminds me whenever we feel this way na what keeps us going and the like is teach minds, touch hearts, and transform lives. Pero not in the context of facing our students this time. This is in the context that there is a community waiting for us there. We teach minds like how we educate people around us, that we have this IP in our own province, that they should share or they should be aware of the identity that as Negrenses, we have our own IP. Meron kaming mga katutubo dito. That's how we teach minds. And apart from that, we are also teaching the minds of our students in the college that they need to join us also in our vision, in our mission as an advocate or as advocates also in the IT community. Touch hearts. We would like to touch more people's heart. We share stories like in Tayo. What we are doing, we keep on sharing stories because we want to ask more people to join us in our community. We want to ask more organizations to join us that with them we can transcend this message na meron tayong IP dito. Hey, let's help them. So that's it. And apart from that, we would like also to touch the hearts of our students to continue this passion, to continue this advocacy when they go now or once they will be deployed in these challenge areas. And lastly, transform lives. Once we are done with everything, once we saw now the result, we are successful in that community. This is where we can say that yes, we are successful. We were able to transform the lives of the ATA, and we are now ready to go to another IP community in Negros. So that's it. We would like to ask everyone also to claim that each one of us is ATA. I am Ata, we are Ata. And that is the true roots of being a Negrense in Negros. So teach minds, touch hearts, and transform lives.
As a Negrosanon as well, June, thank you so much um, for for giving me a chance to see your stories and hear them and retell your stories as well. Thank you, June. Kier.
Siguro yung tagline or quote na sobrang tumatatak sa'kin, na nasabi sa'kin ng one of our coaches, na nasabi sa'kin din ng founder din namin, is yung nasabi ko kanina, yung, we are not doctors and they're not patients, that we should provide them with solutions. Kasi every time that we went to one community to another, ang dami kong natututunan, and yun yung pinanghahawakan ko ngayon, currently, pati ng organization namin, na there's still a lot of stories that unheard. There's a lot of stories that needs to be heard by the majority. So, ito yung gusto naming maabot, marinig ng karamihan kung ano yung sinisigaw ng mga taong nasa baba, mga taong nasa laylayan, mga taong isinasantabi kasi hindi naman sila yung karamihan. So, yun yung gusto naming maabot ngayon, na mapakita sa kanila na may mga organisasyon na tulad natin na sumusuporta at patuloy na naniniwala sa mga sinisigaw nila. Kaya dumidinig din sa mga hinaing nila sa bawat isa, sa mga community na hindi naaabot ng tulong, sa mga community na hindi naaabot ng mga organisasyon tulad natin. May patuloy na sumusuporta sa mga kabataang nananalig na someday they can be somebody na can change the world. Yung isang story na hindi ko talaga makakalimutan is when we went to, very recent lang to kasi we just went to Tagum this November, and we went to a community there of Bangobon, IP community and Muslim community sila. Parang isang purok IPs, yung isang purok Muslims. We gathered around 30 youths with with social distancing and following proper protocols of the quarantine protocols of the COVID protocols. But yung isang story na nadinig ko doon is from one Bangobon youth. Though hindi na siya pala siya youth kasi currently he's the konsehal, one of the konsehals in that area. Pero yung narinig ko doon is yung story of discrimination para sa mga IPs at sa mga Muslims. Kasi nung nagsisimula pa lang sila, nung parang teenager pa lang siya, sobrang discrimination na naabot nila from schools sa pag-a-apply ng trabaho. Yung mga Bangobon daw dapat nasa farming lang. Yung mga Bangobon daw hindi na dapat nag-aaral kasi magsasaka lang din naman yung aabutin nila when they grow up. Yung mga Bangobon, hindi talaga sila nakakapunta in community, in cities, some of them, because ganun yung tingin sa kanila. May biases, may wall na nabuo dun sa community of IPs and of different cultures. And yun yung sinusubukan basagin ng mga stories na pinaparating natin sa majority currently through the platforms na pinaprovide ng different organization like you guys and of Chris. Yun yung gusto namin maparating, na maparinig din sa karamihan yung mga storya at hinaing ng mga kabataan, ng mga tao na nasa laylayan, ng mga taong hindi naririnig, hindi karaniwang naririnig ng karamihan. And yun siguro yung pinanghahawakan ng organisasyon namin ngayon, na patuloy na iparating yung mga storya na pilit pinapatahimik ng karamihan. Ayun.
Thank you so much, Kier. Franco.
Sa akin on personally, dalawang simple words lang. Thank you. Dalawang salita na may mabigat na impact sa akin personally. So, when we attended the public hearing for the approval ng ordinance on the establishment of this small scale mining plant, kami lang yung youth org na invite to attend that session. And from those many na nandun to attend that public hearing, there were only few of us who really speak out our objection sa pagpapatayo nun. And based on what I can still remember, parang 3 or 4 lang kami. One of those na nagbigay ng kanyang objection is our this year's Ramon Magsaysay awardee, si Kadodoy, me in the youth sector. So kami lang yung naglakas loob na humindi sa pinopropose na ordinance ng aming municipal LGU, and napakahirap to give objection, especially with your partner. Yes. After that hearing, I received so many thank you from our partners, from different people, from my co-teachers. Sabi nila, if kami yun, we cannot do it. Hindi talaga namin yun kaya kasi meron pa kami kailangan sa LGU. Tapos, ayaw namin na parang magkaroon ng negative na impression sa amin yung LGU kasi we are against that ordinance, pero kinaya namin. Buhis-buhay kumbaga, but I need to stand for what our organization's vision. I need to be tough for what is right for the majority and for the environment. Mahirap pero kinaya at kakayanin pa.
Thank you, Franco. And of course, Sam.
Ayan. So, sa akin naman, katulad ng mga nabanggit ko kanina, supposedly pala, for backstory lang, supposedly ako initiative hanggang February 2021 lang talaga siya. Originally it's a month-long activity lang ng Alpha. But what kept us going is yung mga stories na naririnig namin. Siguro dalawang perspective. Yung una, after ng February na event namin, one of the SKs na naging bahagi or naging kabahagi ng aming event, lumapit siya sa amin. Sinabi niya na, ano pa yung pwede namin gawin? Kasi na-inspire ako sa ginawa nyo bilang isang organization. Nagpapasalamat kami sa Alpha because you empowered us to actually do something. Hindi ko na-realize na may magagawa pala kami mga SK patungkol sa pag-spread ng mga ganitong information sa aming communities. Pangalawang story siguro na lumapit sa amin is that during the time na nasa parang nag-iisip kami kung ipagpapatuloy ba namin o hindi, may isang, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, may isang LYDC officer from Rizal na lumapit sa amin. Sinabi niya sa amin na kailangan namin ng tulong nyo dahil yung mga IP communities sa amin, ayaw nilang magpabakuna dahil wala silang nare-receive ng mga information, walang lumalapit sa kanila para iabot kung ano yung kailangan nila para makapagpabakuna sila. Siguro dalawang perspective yon na may isa na may mga kwento ng kabataan na nais nilang makatulong mismo na hindi nila alam sa umpisa kung paano nila magagawa yun. At pangalawa, may mga tao na naghihintay sa communities natin para dun sa mga kabataan na yun, para ma-reach out talaga sila. So ito yung mga kwento siguro na nakakatulong sa amin na magpatuloy dahil naniniwala kami sa Alpha na matatamo lamang naman natin yung kalusugang panglahat kung patuloy nating kikilalanin ang ambag ng bawat sektor ng ating komunidad. Sa mga kabataan man yan, sa mga IT communities man yan, sa government sector. Hanggat meron nangangailangan, hanggat may kwento na dapat ikwento, hanggat merong lakas na dapat ikilos para sa communities natin, magpapatuloy dapat yung pagsulong natin para sa isang mas inklusibo at healthier communities because we believe na kaya natin mismo mga kabataan, we have the power kasi to shape the health leadership that we have right now in the country. And magagawa lamang natin yun kung we continuously reach out dun sa mga communities na nangangailangan din mismo ng mga tulong natin. So, yun yung siguro kwento namin from Alpha kung bakit hanggang ngayong December, we're still continuing and we're still growing with our initiative. So, we're hoping then na we could have a community of health champions then, not just in Calabarzon, but in the country mismo, na we continuously move para patuloy na baguhin at ihulma yung health systems natin para sa mga Pilipino mismo. So, siguro yun muna yung may babahagi ko patungkol sa kwento namin sa Alpha. And we're looking forward sana rin maka-collaborate namin kayo even though iba-iba yung advokasya natin na we have a unified health environment for all Filipinos. So, yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sam. Alam nyo, nakakahanga yung mga ginagawa nyo. Maraming salamat sa mga ginagawa ninyo. And thank you for joining me tonight for our Tayo Talks episode. Before we end our live stream, I would like to invite everyone to witness our national awarding on December 11. We will be awarding our 10 accomplished youth organizations for our 19th year. Ayun, but apart from that, more recently, this Sunday, we are going to have our Unified Talks. This is part of the Unified celebration or the 8th anniversary celebration of YCLE here in the Philippines. And we will be having alumni of Tayo Awards who will be joining us to talk about volunteering in the time of the pandemic. So I hope that you and your friends could join us there and witness and hear stories naman of the stories of to hear the stories of your fellow Tayo awardee alumni. I would like to end by sharing the stories that keep us going here in Tayo, and I think it was better emulated tonight. Just tonight by Sam. Sabi ni Sam, hanggat may kwentong kailangan ikwento, nandito kayo. Kaya ganun din kami sa Tayo. Hanggat nandito kayo all the 933 organizations now, all 853 organizations last year, and the rest of the organizations who want their stories told. Hanggat nandito pa lang kayo, tayo will still stand as an organization, as a body that will tell your stories. I'd like to end by saying all of you deserve to be here. All 7 of you, all the rest of the 13 who we don't have with us tonight. Thank you for sharing and for allowing us to retell your stories. Magpapatuloy kami na i-share yung stories ninyo. So win or lose, tayo awardee or not, we promise, tayo, we promise to tell your stories. It will not end on December 11. It will continue in 2022, in 2023, and the rest of the chances and opportunities that we get to tell your stories as representatives of the Filipino youth. Again, maraming salamat. This is our last Tayo Talks episode for our Tayo 19 before we award our top 10. So see you in December 11, and to our national finalists, see you this weekend to kickstart our Tayo Week celebration for our 19th year. Again, maraming salamat, and it's been great having you tonight, and it's been great hosting you tonight. Again, maraming salamat, and see you next week.
We have been with you for 108 years, sharing happiness and creating moments together. But now is the time, more than ever, to go beyond by showing up in times when we are needed the most, to reaching you wherever you may be, to serving the ones who need a chance to recover, to rebuild, to restart, to help uplift the lives of other people, while protecting and preserving the resources we all need to survive. It's time to do more than just good. Now is the time to give more, do more, be more. For you, for the communities we serve, for a better future shared by all. Coca-Cola, go beyond good.